Today, I'm going to be reviewing this article, which is about 5 high-paying trade jobs that don't require a degree. Before diving into this article, I thought I would do some research and come up with my own list of trade jobs. The lowest paid job on this list is truck driver, coming in at $23.42 an hour, while the highest paid job on this list is air traffic controller, coming in at $61.27 an hour. Now, these are just a handful of trade jobs that I found online. I'm not exactly sure what jobs are mentioned in the article, so let's hop over to the article and see what the author has to say. If you're looking for a career that pays well, doesn't require a college degree, and offers strong job security, you might want to consider a trade job. The U.S. skilled labor market is facing record high pressure, according to new research from McKinsey and Company, as more workers age out and fewer young people train to fill their jobs as construction workers, plumbers, welders, and more. For those that don't know, McKinsey & Co. is one of the 3 main consulting companies in the US, and I would have to agree with their research. I feel like the baby boomer generation has a lot of trade workers that work these types of back-breaking jobs, whereas the younger generations were pushed towards college, and as the older generation is retiring, now we are seeing a labor shortage in these types of physical trade jobs. Labor shortages, amplified by disruptions to in-person work and materials shortages during the COVID-19 pandemic, have created more competition for talent, and as a result, wages for skilled trade jobs have risen by more than 20% since the first quarter of 2020, McKinsey & Company reports. Yeah, I live in a small town, and the problem I'm noticing is there's a limited amount of skilled carpenters in the area. So if something simple breaks in your home, sometimes you have to wait weeks to get it repaired. The carpenters are mainly focused on big projects like home renovations, which bring in a lot of money. They're not as much concerned with small projects like installing a door frame. Demand for skilled tradespeople is expected to increase over the next decade and remain high in the U.S. due to infrastructure needs, a surge in real estate development, and investments in renewable energy. Yeah, people will always need a home to live in, so residential real estate is definitely going to increase. So that's going to increase the need for trades workers. The most in-demand jobs companies are hiring for right now that don't require a degree are in construction, manufacturing, and plumbing, according to data from PayScale and ZipRecruiter, exclusively shared with CNBC Make It. Alright, so number 1 on their list is construction superintendent. Construction superintendents are responsible for overseeing and coordinating all activities that occur on a construction site. Median salary for this job, $84,600 a year. Number 2, manufacturing production manager. This type of manager is responsible for the daily operations of a facility and ensuring the production schedules stay on time. Median salary for this job, $71,800 a year. Number 3, Journeyman Plumber. A plumber installs and repairs water, gas, and other piping systems in your home, business, or factory. It's important to note that there are different levels of certification for some trade jobs, including plumbers and electricians. For plumbers, there are 3 levels: apprentice, journeyman, and master. If you want to work as a journeyman plumber, you'll have to work as an apprentice under a licensed master plumber for at least 2 years, depending on your state's requirements, according to Indeed. Alright, so that's 3 out of the 5 high-paying trade jobs that don't require a degree. Let's keep going and see what else the author has to say. To compile the list, PayScale analyzed 85,715 salary profiles from U.S. workers with no education higher than a high school diploma. The salary data was collected between April 2022 and April 2024. From that sample, PayScale identified a list of jobs and ranked them by median pay for workers without degrees. Alright, so now they're just explaining their research and how they came up with these 3 jobs. Then, to determine which high-paying jobs are seeing the most demand, ZipRecruiter looked at hiring trends for these roles over the last 6 months to see which jobs saw the biggest increase in openings. All of these jobs saw at least a 16% increase in openings on ZipRecruiter between October 2023 and March 2024. Construction superintendents have seen the largest uptick in demand, with openings surging more than 128%. Alright, so based on the last paragraph, it sounds like the author might be ranking these jobs based on demand, not necessarily by pay. Construction superintendents make $84,600 a year, but if you remember the list I shared in the beginning of the video, air traffic controllers make over $100,000 a year. So maybe air traffic controllers didn't make the list because they are not as in demand as the construction superintendents. Other high-paying trade jobs that have seen slightly less demand but are still hiring at a good clip include fleet managers who oversee drivers and vehicles like delivery trucks owned or leased by their companies, and journeyman electricians. The median pay for fleet managers without degrees is $64,600, while journeyman electricians make $62,600 on average according to pay scale. Alright, so it looks like the author waited towards the end of the article to talk about the last two jobs. Careers in construction, manufacturing, and home services, which have historically prioritized skills over degrees in hiring, still present some of the best opportunities for people to earn up to 6 figures without going to college, says Ruth Thomas, a pay equity strategist with PayScale. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these trade jobs pay hourly and give opportunities for overtime. So if you're working 80 plus hours a week and getting overtime pay, then you should be getting close to the 6-figure mark. Although more companies are dropping degree requirements for jobs, skills-based hiring is still a newer trend that hasn't become common practice across all industries just yet, Thomas adds. Yeah, after getting my degree and working multiple jobs, I've learned that experience is definitely more valuable than a degree. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below. I'll see you next time.